welcome to Wilkes Now. My name is Joshua Garced, and I will be informing all you lovely folk of some news happening on our Wilkes campus.
Welcome to National News. My name is Michelle Jaramillo. I will talk about recent happenings in the world.
I'm Julia Capitula.
And I'm Sam Mullen. We'll be providing you with this week's sports and statistics.
Hello everyone, I'm Sean Papke and I'll be giving you this week's weather forecast.
And I'm Zach Perro and I'll be providing you your national sports update.
Let's start this segment off by talking about this month being Black History Month. The 5th annual Douglas Day Transcribe-a-thon occurred last Thursday, February 15th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Farley Library. Students transcribed documents related to the life of Frederick Douglass. The next event showcasing Black history was the Act Out Theater Group, which presented a play titled Lift Every Voice last Friday, February 16th at 5:30 p.m. in the JPAC. The play was based on the real-life events addressing the impact of racism in an urban high school. The final event, sponsored by the Office of Global Diversity, Division of Global Cultures, and Farley Library, is the Frederick Douglass and Northeast Pennsylvania Lecture that will happen next Wednesday, February 28th at 5 p.m. in Bryceth 106. Local historian E.J. Murphy will discuss the direct and indirect connections of the abolitionist work to residents of Northeast Pennsylvania in the mid-19th century. If you have any questions, please contact Amy Soapcack-Joseph at amy.soapcackjoseph@wilkes.edu. To switch gears now to sports, on Thursday, February 8th, Yedmin Castillo-Santana and I were on the first floor of the Henry Student Center, asking students what team they thought was going to win the Super Bowl and about the Taylor Swift coverage. Let us see if they predicted correctly. How's it going, y'all? My name is Joshua Garced, and I'm here at the sub on the first floor, and I'm doing my weekly Personal on the Street. I will be asking random students, faculty, or staff about the Super Bowl and about Taylor Swift. It's been a very important topic lately, so stay tuned. I'm here with
Faith Morcom.
So the Super Bowl is happening this Sunday, and who do you think is going to win?
I think it's going to be the 49ers.
Okay. And this whole Taylor Swift fiasco that's going on, do you feel like it's good publicity for the NFL?
I do think it's good publicity. Taylor Swift is pretty popular right now. There's a lot of people watching her, and I feel like it brings in more people who wouldn't normally be an NFL fan into the NFL scene. So I think it would be okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Faith. All right. I am here with
Caleb Yoakum?
So the Super Bowl is happening this Sunday, and what team do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I would love for the 49ers to win, and I think they definitely can.
And with the Taylor Swift stuff going on, she won't be able to make it on Sunday. I think she has a concert or something happening. Do you think it's good publicity for the NFL?
No. It's so annoying. I just find it irritating, really.
Why is that?
It's sad when you can watch a game, and there was a YouTuber I watched. This was the Jets game, the Jets-Chiefs game, and there was a counter, Aaron Rodgers versus Taylor Swift, and that was more interesting than the game, who won that instead of who was actually playing.
All right, thank you so much, Caleb.
Thank you.
All right, I am here with
Landon Kelly, Zach Gorsuch.
So the Super Bowl is happening this Sunday. Which teams are you betting on?
I got my money on the 49ers.
I'm going to have to go with the Niners as well.
And with this whole Taylor Swift coverage, she won't be there on Sunday, but do you think she's good publicity for the NFL?
I think there's pros and cons, but I think she's mostly good. I mean, the NFL's getting new viewers because of her, and it's just, I think it's all fun and games in the end. There shouldn't be any negativity towards it.
What about you?
I agree with what he said. Definitely brings more viewers to the NFL, but a lot of the NFL fans that have been longtime fans are kind of disapproving.
Thank you guys so much. So this has been this week's Person on the Street. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sending it back to the studio. Thanks, Josh. It seems like that package did not age well. Moving on to what clubs are up to this week, the Ecology Club will host their second annual Pay and Sip on Thursday, February 22nd between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. in the Cohen Science Center Room 102. All attendees will be provided a pot, soil, and seeds to plant some spring flowers of their choosing. Mocktails and snacks will also be provided. If you have any questions about the event, reach out to Jacob Aboyle at jacob.aboyle@wilkes.edu. Later that night, Programming Board will host Family Feud in the JPAC at 7 p.m. to celebrate Casino Week. There will be 12 unique rounds in which contestants will be asked to answer questions based on Wilkes. The winners of each round will get a prize. Students will have the chance to win a door prize sponsored by student government and gift cards for their favorite places around Wilkes-Barre. Looking at 2 weeks ago to see what events were happening, Sam Mullen and Sean Carey were at the programming board's event, Pickles Bear. The event showcased multiple pickle-themed foods and events in the MAC. Let us see what there was to relish in the moment.
Hey guys, I'm Sean Carey with Wilkes Now, and today we are at Pickles Bear. And fun fact about me, I hate pickles. So I'm going to see if I can try and understand what all the hype is about. I am here with
Jess Kunkel.
And from my understanding, you are the one that planned this event?
I did, yeah.
How was that?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I definitely wanted it to be thorough, and yeah, I just wanted to try and get pickles that everyone liked.
Nice. Now, how big of a fan of pickles are you?
Honestly, I'm not the hugest fan of pickles. I just thought this was a funny concept, and I've been to the Pickles Bear, but the one in, it's losing me right now, Stroudsburg. I've been to that one, and it was a lot of fun, so I thought we should bring something similar to Wilkes.
Was the event going like for you, Aiden?
Oh, I love this. I love being the pickle. I'm here to bring the energy up. I'm here to take pictures of people. I love being the pickle.
That's awesome. And I have a question. So as a pickle, do you yourself enjoy eating pickles?
I actually do not enjoy eating pickles. That would be cannibalism tonight, and I do not support that.
That is a very good answer. Thank you so much, Aiden. Of course. I have a quick question for you.
I'm ready to hear it.
Are you a fan of pickles?
I'm a big fan of pickles.
Are you?
Yeah.
I will believe you.
I went to Picklesburg 3 years in a row. Like the one in Pittsburgh.
Question for you two. Do you, like honest to God, like pickles?
Yes, I love them.
That is so crazy. Thank you. Hey guys, like as I mentioned, I hate pickles. But for all the good people out there, I'm willing to try this pineapple pickle juice hybrid. So wish me luck. Not good. Oh, not good. Not good. Lexi, what are your honest thoughts about pickles?
I hate them.
You hate them?
Yes.
Why are you here?
For my friends.
Nice. Do you enjoy eating pickles?
I do.
Do you?
Yes. I do enjoy eating pickles.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Sean Carey, and this was Pickles Bear. After going around and talking to people, it seems like, like I was in Hawaii, pickles do suck. So I'm gonna send it back to Josh.
Thanks, Sean. I bet it was a jarring experience. That was my last pickle bun, I swear. Wilkes University's Office of Admissions is seeking 2024 nominations for the award of Outstanding Adult Learner.
Hi, this is Jess Fellerman,
To be
and
considered for the award, the learner must be 24 years of age or older at the time of graduation, graduate with a bachelor's degree from Wilkes University in January, May, or September 2024, have a Wilkes cum laude GPA of 3.0 or better, have overcome an obstacle or more to obtain their degree, and lastly, be active in the Wilkes community and or the community at large. If you know a deserving adult learner who meets the previously mentioned requirements, please email the student's name along with 1 to 2 paragraphs explaining why the student is deserving of the award to amy.padden@wilkes.edu before March 5th. Make sure to check out our latest issue of the Beacon every week to stay up to date on the latest news surrounding the campus, nation, and world. Let's see what Jess Fellerman has to say about what's being covered.
Hi, this is Jess Fellerman, and I'm here with this week's Beacon Briefs. Registration is now open for intramural sports this spring. The season begins February 19th and ends March 27th. Sports offered are soccer, basketball, dodgeball, and volleyball. Register yourself and your team on imleagues.com before the start of the season. Any questions, contact casey.carpenter@wilkes.edu. The Alumni Scholarship is awarded annually to a current Wilkes undergraduate student who has a parent or grandparent who graduated from Wilkes, has at least a 3.0 GPA, and has a FAFSA on file for the 2024-2025 academic year. Deadline to apply is March 17th, 2024. Contact alumni@wilkes.edu with any questions. Wilkes University's music fraternity, Kappa Kappa Psi, would like to host a talent show this semester. Anyone is allowed to sign up. This spring, GSA will be hosting a lavender graduation ceremony for the LGBTQ+ members of the class of 2024 on May 3rd at 3 p.m. The Center for Career Development and Internships is hosting a resume workshop on Thursday, February 29th in the JPAC Ballroom starting at 11:15 a.m. Students are encouraged to bring their laptops and tablets to create their own resumes during the presentation. Contact Jenna Weiss at jenna.weiss@wilkes.edu with any questions. Join the Honors Program Student Committee for a soda tab drive. Donate your soda tabs in the marked boxes located on the first floor of the sub, outside the Honors office and in the lobby of the Sim Center. The donations will be taken to a recycling center in exchange for funds that will benefit the Ronald McDonald House. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Beacon Briefs. Be sure to pick up a copy of the Beacon around campus and check out thewilkesbeacon.com.
Thanks, Jess. Before we continue, let's take a quick break with a PSA. When we return, Michelle will give you all the latest in national news.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Welcome back to Wilkes Now. My name is Michelle Jaramillo and I will talk about national news. A 15-year-old boy was arrested for shooting a Brazilian tourist in Times Square in New York and then shooting twice a police officer as he fled. The gunshot injured woman is stable. According to information from the authorities, the young man involved in the events is a Venezuelan national who recently entered the immigrant shelters in Manhattan last year. This subject was captured in Yonkers and is suspected of being involved in other firearms crimes, shooting and other crimes in Times Square, often attract rapid and significant police attention due to area's status as one of the world's busiest shopping and entertainment districts at the magnet for tourists and New Yorkers. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, informs the population about a bacteria known as Listeria in different types of cheese. The cheese best known for producing this bacteria is Cotija. At the moment, there has been 26 infected people, 23 hospitalized, and 2 deaths in Texas and California. This bacteria produces an intestinal infection that could even affect the brain. The main symptoms are fever, muscle pain, fatigue, and weight loss. Health experts warn the most vulnerable people, such as the elderly, children, and pregnant women, to pay attention and go to the doctor if they present these symptoms. This past weekend, comic book superfans enjoyed the first NEPA Comic Con to the fullest. This convention was held in Scranton, where fans were able to interact more with characters such as Batman, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and others. Those presents were able to play various games and buy souvenirs with more than 40 vendors present. This generated long lines of people dressed in costumes since there was a great karaoke party for all the guests in addition to the convention. American football player Travis Kelce matched the $100,000 donated by his girlfriend, singer Taylor Swift, to the victim of the Wednesday shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl celebration parade. The shooting left 22 people injured, including the 2 children of Elizabeth Lopez Galvan, the only fatal victim of the event. The shooting appears to have been a dispute between several people that ended in gunshot, police said, noting that there are no signs of terrorism or domestic violence extremists. 2 juveniles were detained in connection with the shooting and arrested people were involved in dispute, the police reported. The biographical film Bob Marley One Love dominated American film's box office when it premiered this weekend, grossing $27.7 million. Paramount predicts that One Love will grow $51 million its first 6 days, including President's Day, a U.S. holiday this past Monday. One firefighter dead and several injured left an explosion in Virginia this Friday night. Emergency dispatchers received a call about the smell of gas outside a home. When Sterling Volunteer Fire Company members arrived, they found a 5,500 gallons underground propane tank leaking into the side of the home. So that is all I have for national news. Let's take a quick break, and when we return, Sam and Julia will give you your Sport Now update. Stay tuned.
We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Going to extremes parenting your teen? It might be time to take a new approach. Visit boystown.org/parenting. We've got parenting guides, articles, videos, quick tips, and even live parent talks with Boys Town experts. Boys Town, take your parenting skills to new heights.
You turn into Sports Now. I'm Sam Mullen.
And I'm Julia Capitula.
The women's ice hockey team is continuing their great season. The Colonels closed out the regular season with a doubleheader weekend against Alvernia University. During Friday's game, first-year forward Amanda Spreadberry tied the game, making it her 12th goal of the season. The game was tied 1-1 and ended in a shootout, which sadly the Colonels did not win. However, for their last game on Saturday, the team closed out the regular season with a 3-1 win at home. Goals came from junior forward Bella Kurowski, first-year forward Tilly Wierdsma, and first-year forward Kaylee Dubé. This concludes the record-setting season with achieving their 17 record wins. Tomorrow, the Colonels will travel to Arcadia University for their first UCHC postseason appearance, with the puck dropping at 7 p.m.
On February 7th, women's basketball competed against Drew University on National Women in Sports Day. They played well, but unfortunately lost in overtime 56-64. Honorable mentions to Taylor Simpson scoring 10 points, Brenna Babcock scoring 9, and Erin Schober also scoring 9. This past Saturday, women's basketball celebrated their senior night, winning 80-57 against Goucher. Seniors Julia Marino, Brenna Babcock, Erin Schober, and Tess Edwards were honored. Congratulations on finishing the season with a big win.
The men's ice hockey team finished the regular season with a home doubleheader weekend against Newman University, with their senior day being on Saturday. On Friday, the Colonels suffered a tough 7-0 loss. For senior day, the team turned it around with a 2-0 win. Sophomore defenseman Steven Spetz helped set the tone at the beginning of the first period with a block just 55 seconds in. Going into the second, junior forward Nick Swain was able to find the back of the net with the assist from junior forward Matt Kochi. During a 4-on-6 disadvantage, junior defenseman Joe Johnson was able to find sophomore forward Matt Carlson, who scored on an empty net, securing the win. The Colonels will enter the UCHC postseason at the number 3 seed and host the number 6 seed Chatham University tomorrow, with the puck dropping at 5 p.m.
Men's basketball is having a great season with an overall record of 18-7. They won 97-89 against Drew University on February 7th, and they just beat Moravian 72-57 on Valentine's Day. Tonight, they compete in their first round of the Landmark Conference playoffs versus Juniata. Come show your support at 7 p.m. in the Marts.
This past Saturday, the wrestling team faced crosstown rival Kings College on Friday and hosted Elizabethtown College on Sunday. The team defeated Kings with a score of 34-7, but dropped their match against Elizabethtown 30-10. They head into their final tournament of the season this Sunday against College of New Jersey Lions.
Both the men's and women's swim team competed over a long weekend in the Landmark Conference playoffs. The men's team finished 6 out of 10 teams, and the women's team finished 9th. That's a wrap for the swim season. Congratulations to senior Steven Verosco.
That's everything we have for you today. Now we're over to Stephen Newkowski as he was able to sit down and talk with the new football head coach, Dave Beaver.
Thank you. Joining me today is Wilkes University's newest head coach of the football team, David Beaver.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely, and excited for you to be here. So, first question, how long have you been at Wilkes? I know you have a bit of a history here, and what was your job prior to being the head coach?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started here about 10 seasons ago. This will be my 10th full season, obviously with the COVID year, not having that year. But I started as a part-time coach. I coached high school football for 5 years coming out of college. And then I got here as a part-time tight ends coach. And then within my first year, I was full-time O-line. And then I've coached the offensive line for 7 seasons. And then I was the associate head coach and offensive line coach for the last 4 seasons under Coach Strzok.
Awesome. That sounds great. So, you've been here for a long time. You have a history. Why did you decide to accept the head coach position?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. And for what I've done over my career, I've never thought about being a head coach. I've always thought about just coaching the offensive line and being really good at that. And I've always had the passion to be a leader of guys. But then when I got this opportunity over the last couple weeks, and so I really dove into being the head coach and figuring out what we could do as a football program. And the guys and the players that we have on campus and the relationships I have on campus here, it was a no-brainer to become the head coach and be able to lead this organization and run a football program from the ground up, but then do it with great players, great people, great administration, and then, like I said, the relationships on campus is what sold me to take the head coaching job.
Yeah, what was that process of becoming the head coach like?
Yeah, it's been, I was the interim head coach 6 years ago before Coach Strzok got here. And then I was named the interim head coach for about a week and a half as we went through the process. And from when Coach decided to leave and step down, we went through an extensive search with the AD on what he wanted in a head football coach, and I hit those parameters, and we sat down and I laid out a plan of where I thought the program could be and what we could do and where we should be in about 3 to 5 years, and he was really excited about the opportunity for me to do that. And obviously with the guys we have coming back this year, I'm super excited about, but then the future is bright here with the recruits that we have coming in on a weekly basis to the guys that we have returning on the roster for the next couple of years.
Yeah, and I've called a couple of football games, whether it be with Zach Paraway or Ryan Martell here at Wilkes, and I've seen what that offensive line can do and what that offense can be like. Yeah. So I'm excited for you to be here as well.
Yep.
In terms of, accepting the job, how are you and how is the team adapting to the change?
Yeah, I think the guys thought of me as one of those guys that was always around and cared for them and loved for them. And now as the head coach, they have bought into what I want in a football program. And we are going to be a tough, hard-nosed group of guys. I'm going to coach the whole team like I coach the O-line. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be demanding. I'm going to make them be disciplined. And I think over the last few weeks, they have tuned into what I've really focused in on being 5 minutes early to everything. Don't miss anything. Be there for your teammates. Be accountable in every aspect of your life, not just football. Because I think if you win off the field, the wins on the field will come, and they'll be a lot easier if you're doing the everyday things right. That Saturdays will be a lot more fun and a lot more entertaining for everybody.
Yeah, you talked about your relationship with the offense and the offensive line.
Yeah.
How are you adjusting to being in charge of the defensive guys as well?
Yeah, so my one role under Coach prior was that I was the recruiting coordinator. So I've had an imprint on recruiting everybody on the team. So I've had relationships with the defensive line, the defensive backs, the linebackers. I'm kind of the jokester of the group, so I've been harassing them over the years in practice and in team situations, and they know who I am as a person, and that hasn't changed as the head coach, that they still have an open door policy to come in the office and hang out, but then now I get to lead them all everywhere. So it's not just them as, I guess, teammates to the O-line. It's kind of a group that they're all my guys now, and we're really focused in on building that toughness and that demand for the whole group instead of just one specific group on a day-by-day basis.
Yeah, and from some of the players that I am familiar with here on campus, I've heard a lot of great things about you. They're excited to, be back on the team with you as the coach. So heading into this season, 2024-2025, what are your expectations?
Our expectations are just to get better every day. Like, there's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. I'm not going to say we're going to go out and win every game, but I want us to be competitive in every game. And I want people to know who we are. and who they played. Like when you wake up on a Sunday morning after playing Wilkes, I expect them to be a little sore, a little more tired, a little more exhausted, because the way we train and the way we do things here is what I call the Wilkes way. It's work, attitude, and family. Like, we're going to outwork everybody. We're going to have a positive attitude every day, and then we're going to love each other like a family does. And if we could do that, the expectations into the fall could be endless. And it's really about what we're going to do and the work we're going to put in now that's going to be the expectation for the fall. So I expect our guys to show up every day and work their tail off and make sure we're doing the right things. But I also think that the expectations could be through the roof. It's really dependent on what we do as a group when we get all together.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of your guys have bought into the program. What about any of the new recruits you brought in so far? I know some of the recruiting visits are currently happening right now.
Yeah, I know. I've kind of taken over the campus on the weekends between Fridays and Saturdays of having groups of 20 to 25 here. We have a good group of guys right now in and bought into the all-in mentality of what we're doing, but then we have about 30 guys that we got to close on over the next couple weeks. And with hiring our new coaching staff, hired a new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator over the last couple days. You'll see some new faces around campus, guys that have been here in the past, alumni that have been here in the past that played for me, and then guys that are from different areas of the United States that we brought in to kind of add into the Wilkes brand and who we are. So I'm kind of really excited about getting those guys on campus to buy in and talk to them and get their input on our recruits right now and see who we're going to really be able to add to the family over the next about 3 or 4 weeks, hopefully.
What's the farthest state you've got somebody from right now?
So right now we have a few guys on the roster from Florida. Right now we have one guy who just visited last weekend from Tampa, who I think will be in. We have a few guys from New York, a couple guys from the Lehigh Valley, one guy from Philly who's in. So right now we're all over the place. So like I said, we were down in Virginia the other night at a basketball game to make sure we were telling our recruits how much we love them and how much we want to be there. But then there's also local guys that, a couple Dunmore guys, a couple Hazleton guys that we're trying to get in the boat as well. So really excited about that mix of the wide variety of guys on our roster is the unique part about who we are as a football program. So having guys from Florida, Maryland, Jersey, PA, you have a distinct brand of football in Pennsylvania, and you get to kind of add those guys into a diverse group and see who we could be when we put it all together.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, whether it be traveling or on the field, last question here. What's your favorite memory so far being here at Wilkes University?
Yeah, so there's been a couple good ones. Obviously, winning the Mayor's Cup has been a highlight of mine, and I know we got to get back to doing that this year, and that's a focus of us in the offseason. And then, obviously, beating Del Val in 2015 was a big game, and then for us, and the most recent memory was the Chesapeake Bowl, and winning that game last year was the first time we won a postseason game in about 15 years. So winning that game on our home turf in a bowl-type atmosphere, win or go home, was pretty exciting for our guys, and it was something that we could build on going into this season. And with the energy and momentum, we're pretty excited about it.
Already making history before even the head coach.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
No, I just wanted to obviously thank everybody for listening and come out and enjoy the Colonels in the fall and come support us because we're going to be an exciting group to watch.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much again for joining me today, Coach. Let's send it back to Julia and Sam.
Thank you, Stephen. Let's take a quick break. When we return, Zach will give you your national sports updates.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hello all, my name is Zach and I'm here to bring you your national sports fix. In the time since we last met, a new champion was crowned. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs as they earned their second title in a row and third in the last 5 years, defeating the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl 25-22. The game saw Pat Mahomes take the Super Bowl MVP, his third already in his short career so far. They capped off a great NFL season, and teams will have another offseason to see if anyone can beat the Chiefs. The NBA All-Star Weekend has passed, and it was sure exciting. The NBA All-Star Game was won by the East this year in a record-setting game, with the score coming out to be 211 to 186. Damian Lillard took home the All-Star MVP. The other major highlight from the event this weekend was the three-point shootout between NBA star and Warriors guard Stephen Curry going against WNBA star and Liberty guard Sabrina Ishinaki. It was the first of its kind and saw Curry narrowly win over Sabrina. The final round saw Sabrina score more points than any man in the weekend except for her opponent Curry. Many now look for the event to continue with different women and men competing. And finally, March Madness is only weeks away for both the men and women. Both have an undisputed #1 team, with the men boasting the reigning champs in the UConn Huskies, while the women all pace behind the South Carolina Gamecocks for another season. No star is bigger, however, than Iowa's Caitlin Clark, leading her Iowa Hawkeyes to a top 5 placement as of right now, mirroring the work of another Midwestern star in Purdue's Zach Edey, having the Boilermakers placed at #2 in the latest polls. That'll be all for the national sports. My name is Zach Perry, and we'll turn to Sean Papke for the weather after the break. Stay tuned.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is CHIP. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Hello guys, I'm Sean Papke, and I'll be giving you your weather forecast for this week. So, taking a look outside today, it's a little bit sunny with some snow on the ground still, 38 degrees. We're going to see some southeast winds, a sunrise at 6:53, a sunset at 5:43. It's going to be a pretty humid day, ranging in the 33 to 80%. Again, southeast winds 6 to 8 miles per hour. We're going to see a high of 41, a low of 20, and little to no chance of rain today. So again, looking ahead in the week, Tuesday, sunny with a high of 41 and a low of 20. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 45 and a low of 27. Thursday, we're going to see a bit more cloud cover with a high of 46 and a low of 37. Thursday night into Friday morning, we're going to see some rain showers with a high of 46 and a low of 24 for Friday. Saturday, going back to mostly sunny with a high of 35 and a low of 22. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 44 and a low of 18. And Monday, we're going to see a little bit more cloud cover again with a high of 51 and a low of 31. So looking at the radar, you can see coming in Thursday into Friday, you can see that light precipitation, which will be mostly rain, which will help to melt that snow that's still sticking on the ground. And as you can see, looking way ahead into the week, next Tuesday, we also expect to see a big storm coming into the area. So I'm just going to let it play. And then looking at the average temperatures, you're going to see it's going to stay pretty consistent throughout the week. You're going to see down south that warm air try to move north, and you're also going to see that northern air try to move south. So we're going to see some colder temperatures throughout the weekend because of that cold air from the north. And then throughout the week and also sometime early next week, we're going to see that warm air move north. So to wrap it up, looking ahead, again, that warm air convection moving from the south to the north will bring in higher temperatures throughout the week. Not too high, but warmer than last week. So again, the warm temperatures and the precipitation will hopefully start to melt some of that snow that's been there since the weekend. And again, looking way ahead, we can hope to predict some more rain and some higher temperatures. So that's all I've got for the weather this week. Now it's back to Josh in the studio.
Thanks, Sean. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every other Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at noon. Also check out our YouTube channel for the latest episode of the show.